I am starting the Assassin's Blade reading vlog today. I actually started the book the other day and I'm on chapter 10 right now. I'm still on the first section. So if you're not familiar, there are 5 different like short stories in this book. It's the Assassin and the Pirate Lord, the Assassin and the Healer, Assassin in the Desert, Assassin in the Underworld, and Assassin in the Empire. So I'm still on the Pirate Lord. Let me see. I'm actually almost done with it. I didn't realize how close I was. Oh, this is the last chapter of the first section. So I just wanted to do a little check-in, start this video, and let you guys know how it's going. So far, I'm just getting to see Selena and Sam and how kind of the beginning of their story starts. I feel like before this happened, there wasn't much of a relationship between Selena and Sam, but now they're getting a little bit closer because they're on this mission together. I feel like you can already see by the way that Sam's acting that he has some sort of feelings towards Selena. He doesn't show them in like a romantic way, but you can tell that he at least cares about her in some capacity. I thought that was really sweet. I feel like it's different because we kind of already know how the story ends because I've read Throne of Glass and then A Crown of Midnight. I'm reading this book third. So I kind of already know how it ends, but I'm getting to see the beginning of their story and the background and kind of build that foundation. I just ended off where the ships are sailing out and they're about to go hit the chain, and Sam ran up in the tower and Selena was there fighting with the Pirate Lord, and all of that is happening right now. I should have known that this was like the last chapter of the story because everything started going crazy. It's about to kind of wrap up and then move on to their next voyage that at least Selena's on. I don't know if Sam's on, but at least Selena's on. But anyway, just wanted to check in. I am enjoying it so far. I feel like it's really nice to be able just to see the background and kind of see what Selena's life looked like before Throne of Glass. So I'm gonna keep reading and I'll check in whenever some exciting stuff's happening. Okay, I just got back from the pool. I have read quite a bit since I last updated. I'm on page 155. So I read the Pirate Lord and the Healer chapters or stories, and now I just started the desert portion of the book. So that's the third short story that's in the book. So far I feel like we're learning a lot about Selena and how she got her start as an assassin and how her training kind of shaped why she is the way she is now, like in the current storyline, which I think is really good because maybe now I'll be able to connect more with her and understand why she makes the decisions that she makes. Because like in my last vlog, I was like, she just feels kind of immature and I don't really connect with the things that she does. And I think that's just because I didn't know enough about her background to really understand her thought process and why she's making these decisions. It's interesting to see how her feelings for Sam are like slowly starting to progress. Like she went from they were not friends to then she started finding herself thinking about him. Then after they went with the Pirate Lord, she cared about him. And now that she's in the Red Desert, she finds herself thinking about him more often. She kind of finds herself like desiring Sam, even though he's not there. So I'm interested to see where that goes and how their relationship builds once she's back from the Red Desert. But right now, mainly all she's doing is training with them and just really getting her start there. So I will keep reading and give you guys an update whenever some stuff starts happening. Page 193 of Assassin's Blade. So I'm pretty much halfway through right now and I'm on the third story. Selena is in the desert. She's been there for a while and she just started her training with the master of assassins in the desert. So she's been working with him for a couple times. I think we're about to finish. Yeah, I've only got, let's see, 30-ish pages left of this story and then we're on to the next one. And we're slowly starting to see the progression of her feelings for Sam. It first started off just like thinking about him here and there, but then now you can really see that she's like, well, I wonder what Sam's doing. I wonder what happened, what punishment he got after everything happened with the Pirate Lord. like there hasn't been no conclusion of that. We have no idea what happened. So I'm interested to see if we find out about that in here, because I really want to know. I like all of the little side characters that we're getting in this story too. I feel like it's cool to see how people in her past have affected her decisions in the future in the storyline. Just even with what we've already read, there's been a couple things that I've noticed and I'm like, oh, that's where that came from. She talked about this time when this happened, and then now I'm reading about it. So I feel like this was a really good reading order. I don't know how it would feel the other way, but I really like that I can kind of pick those things out of the story because I've already read it. But anyway, yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. We're almost halfway through. I am going to keep reading and I will update you soon. Update. I was reading last night and I just started the final section, which is the assassin in the empire right here. I don't even want to read it because it's gonna make me sad. I was sitting in bed last night reading and Cody was finishing getting ready for bed and I was just like, I don't even want to finish it. It's just gonna make me sad. I know what happens, I just don't know how it happens. And I think that's what's like making me nervous, because it's like we know kind of what goes on. We don't fully know all the details and it's gonna be sad. I read the first chapter of the last section and now I'm getting ready to start chapter 2 and I'm just nervous, but we're almost done. I have taken so long to read this book. I think it's been a month because we moved apartments during that time. So I was spending so much time like packing, moving, unpacking, cleaning things, you know, all that jazz. So I want to get it done today because I want to start reading some summer romance reads. I'm really in the mood for some romance after reading a couple of these. I'm gonna finish this and then I think it's time for us to move on to some summer romance, some sad books, different things like that. I think I'm gonna put the fantasy on hold for a little bit, but then once I get a little bit of romance reading done, then we'll come back to this and finish reading the series. That's all I've got for now. I'm gonna go read some and I will come back to you when I have some final thoughts. Assassin's Blade earlier and I wanted to sit with my rating for a little bit because I don't know, I just felt like a lot happened at the end and I wanted to think about what I realistically wanted to rate it. The last 100 pages of any of her books, there's so much happening, you find so much out. I feel like the last 100 pages really completes the book. You don't really know your thoughts or feelings towards it until you completely finish it and then can see the whole picture. I will say the middle portion of the book fell a little bit flat for me. I wasn't super excited to pick it up and keep reading, but I really enjoyed the whole book while I was reading it. I feel like that was the only thing, is that I felt like I was able to put it down and then leave it for prolonged periods of time. I didn't feel like I really needed to go pick it up and continue the story. Like I was just like, oh yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. It wasn't that type of feeling where you did not want to put the book down or you just like had to pick it up in between everything you were doing. You were like, let me just read a couple pages. I didn't really get that feeling, but I really enjoyed the storyline and getting to see Selena's history and getting to learn about her relationship with Sam and kind of all of these scenarios that she had before the current storyline that we're in, like in present day. And I knew that the last chapter was going to make me so sad. It was one of those things where like you know what's gonna happen, you just don't know how it's gonna happen, and you're just like on the edge of your seat the whole time because you're like, when's it gonna happen, when's it gonna happen? you know that it's gonna ruin her and you know how it ends, but you don't know how you get there and you don't know all of the steps and all of the people involved in everything. And I feel like that was really telling. I feel like now that I've learned the history and I know what she went through in the past, I'm gonna be so much more connected to her and the storyline and where she ends up. I feel like now I'm just so much more invested in the story now that I have this background and knowledge of what she's been through. So to finish it off, I am going to give The Assassin's Blade a 4 out of 5. I think that's a really fair rating. It wasn't super life-changing, but I feel like I got so much more information and I can connect with her so much more. Like I said, I was able to put it down and kind of leave it, but I really enjoyed myself while I was reading it and learning all of these new things and seeing these situations that she was in that made her who she is. That's all I have to say about The Assassin's Blade. I read it third and I would highly recommend reading it third in the series. I feel like if you read it first, although it would be sad, I don't think the stories would hit you the same as it would as reading it third like I did. You already have sort of a relationship with these characters and you're curious to know about their past. So that's just what I think. I don't know. I obviously didn't read it first, so I don't know how that would feel for you. But yeah, I think reading it third was the good choice for me. That's gonna be all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one.